So guys, something big has happened. Yesterday, I got asked to go on TalkSPORT to chat with some of the Arsenal fans, some of the biggest Arsenal content creators out there on the Inside Gooners podcast. And yeah, today I'm just going to talk through how it all went, what it was like, and yeah, it was obviously 2 years worth of work. This is completely unedited, not scripted, anything like that. But it just shows that when you put your mind to something, then the results will come. So I want to take you along, kind of explain how the whole podcast went with Talksport, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So just before this, I gotta press play, but just before this, so I came on 15 minutes early, and they basically like were talking away, and Talksport were in my ear saying, "Okay, we're gonna test your mic, we're gonna test your camera, and make sure you're lined up and everything like that." So it was a full-on production studio. It was absolutely insane, and I had no clue that this was gonna happen. I thought I was just going on to talk with a random Arsenal fan, like I did against Chelsea. So yeah, I was like, as soon as I seen Clive, who's a huge content creator for Arsenal. He's been on the overlap. He's massive. As soon as I seen him, I was like, I'm not going on to that, am I? And then Talksport came in my ear while they were talking and was like testing everything. So that's crazy. But I'll start away and we can kind of talk through it as I go.
Now let's get the Liverpool perspective. Joining us now is Liverpool fan and content creator Jamie Storey. Hey Jamie.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Feeling very happy at a few Arsenal fans. Feeling a bit scared for Sunday. Lads, I know I stuttered there, but I was so nervous. I was actually breaking it. But yeah, just get a joke out of the way, bring in some humor.
Oh yeah, we can see this coming. So we've just been looking at the recent meetings between the two sides. Your team has lost the last two league games at the Emirates, but coming into this one in good form. How are you feeling about the game this weekend?
Yeah, I think obviously with the injuries Arsenal have, there's obviously a lot of confidence there from Liverpool fans. But obviously travelling to the Emirates, we haven't had a lot of success recently. I think last season it was an even game, but I think Arsenal set up well, especially catching Liverpool out a lot in the counter attack, and probably deserved to win. I think Arteta did set them up well. But I think this season, the way Liverpool are playing at the minute with the confidence, Arsenal probably haven't started how they would have liked so far. The Bournemouth loss as well would obviously be a big blow, but I think Liverpool fans should have a bit of confidence going into the game on Sunday. Lads, I thought that was okay. Let me know in the comments. What did you think of that? Because, yeah, I was like, I compose myself a little bit, but what you'll see is a lot of the time when I talk, I say a lot or It's like my filler word. It's something I'm trying to work on, but yeah, I thought I did okay there. It was a good answer to just a start question to kind of get us kicked off.
So on that point, then obviously Liverpool are full of confidence and Arsenal are coming into this game really quite depleted. Is this any extra pressure then on Liverpool to perform for this game?
Yeah, I think Roy Keane talked about this before, and he said when Arsenal went to the Emirates last year, or sorry, to the Etihad last year, they said sometimes you have to go and beat a rival in a title match, and I think that's where Liverpool are coming into if they want to actually stamp down where they want to be from the end of the season. Obviously, Arsenal with a few injuries, it's a big opportunity for Liverpool to show what they're made of, and I think they have to take that chance. So I think the pressure will be there from within the Liverpool team themselves to show everyone that they want to be there from the end of the season. Lads, I nailed that. I absolutely nailed that. I was delighted with that answer.
Simon, do you have a question?
Yeah, we were chatting, Jamie, about
Simon. I've seen a few of his things. Obviously, I'm not big on Arsenal, but yeah, I like the way he comes across, and I listened back to the podcast. He spoke really well, and Arsenal fans love him. So it was cool chatting with him.
Gravenberch and his sort of role in that number 6. How do you feel he's got on then? Do you think, we talk about Rodri and Rice and these big sort of physical presence, do you think he's got that side of his game to be able to compete in what is a big game like this?
Yeah, I think so far this season, I think the Chelsea and United games he's performed well. I think Arsenal and City are going to be two different tests, and I wouldn't put him on the level of maybe a Rice or a Rodri at this stage. I think he still has a lot to prove, but the signs are there that he's going to be able to adapt in this team, and his performances, I'd say, haven't really dropped below a 7 or 8. Like I was at the San Siro game this year, and he was just getting in that I was at the San Siro. Absolutely incredible that day as well. But I think he's still young. He's still learning that role. Similar to the way Rice was learning it maybe at West Ham. He's learning on the job, and especially with the way we didn't get Zubimendi this summer, I think they took a little bit of pressure off him because we didn't really know what way it was going to work. And Slot identified something that not even Klopp seen last year, and it's been working really well. So I think this is the big test, and if he does it against Arsenal, then I think there's a lot of optimism there from Liverpool fans going forward that this could be a big year.
Jamie, Joe Bear here.
Lads, I didn't realise that I was going because this is obviously pre-recorded, so I didn't realise who was going to be on it. So I seen Clive because he was talking when I first came on, and then Joe Bear, who's like one of the biggest content creators around. Like he's worked with huge brands and other content creators, and I seen him on screen. I was like, oh my god! So yeah, he's trying to wind me up, but I didn't bite. It didn't bite.
Big Arsenal fan.
Hey Joel.
Not a massive fan of Liverpool. Just wanted to let you know that everyone's praising you. You know, your team, you've done really well. Are you still suffering effects of thinking about the Nottingham Forest game by any chance? Just asking.
Look, that's sneaky. He's trying to get me to bite. He's trying to get me rattled. But stay composed. Stay composed. I don't know what you're talking about. That game was postponed. No, I think, listen, that game was a bit of a blip, but I think I gave Liverpool the wake-up call. I think in some games we've been good. Maybe our performances haven't really been 100%, but we're still getting over the line. And I think at the end of the day, that's what the main thing that we need. Especially if we're going for a tight race against Arsenal and obviously Man City, which we both know full well don't drop many points. So we'll take the 1-0 loss, but if it means we still stay top of the league, then I don't mind that. Like, lads, that's true. Arsenal have been okay in some of their games, but they've dropped points against Brighton, Bournemouth, obviously Man City as well, which they conceded in the last minute. But Liverpool, they haven't been 100% in a lot of games. I think there's still a lot to come from this team, and they're still top of the league with still more to come. That is huge.
Do you honestly think you're going to win?
Do I honestly think we're going to win on Sunday? You better believe it.
The ultimate question.
Win on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have full confidence. I heard you talking in the studio before as well, talking about players that you wanted to bring in. The one player I wouldn't want to start, and I'm hoping that he doesn't, is Saka, because he's a match winner. But if he doesn't start, then you have Saliba, Calafiori, like Zinchenko against Salah. Like, it's a guaranteed win right there. Zinchenko against Salah. Zinchenko said who's the hardest player he's ever played against, and he said Salah. Salah will run amok on Sunday if he's playing against Zinchenko, and I don't think Arteta's that stupid. I don't think he'll start Zinchenko against Salah.
Well, hopefully Nunes starts, mate.
The Nunes slander. That's a low blow. Listen, you never know which Nunes you're gonna get, so I'd say that carefully.
It's never the good one with us, mate. Don't worry.
Listen, he better be careful with his words, because Nunes, if he's on it, which he has been the last 2 games, that's pain coming their way.
Clive, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. Jamie.
Like, lads, Clive. I'm such a big fan of Clive. I think the way he comes across, he's so analytical, he's composed. Every time I've seen him on the overlap, I've been so impressed by him. And to sit down and have a chat with him about like one of the biggest games of the season, probably the biggest game of the season for Liverpool so far this season, is absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing.
Obviously, with Klopp going and Slot coming in, what do you think he's changed about how Liverpool play? Because Klopp's got such a huge personality. You can see his team all day. So now you guys come in and things feel different. What do you think he's changed in your mind?
Yeah, I think especially at the start of the season, some Liverpool fans were worried about the way we were going to play. And I think Slot, he's come out and he said he hasn't tried to change too much about what Klopp has done. There's still a bit of high energy about us. There's still the type of tempo that we want to play, but it's a lot more measured. We don't need to play that long ball or the chaos football that we've probably known to love under Klopp. And change can sometimes be difficult at times, but sometimes it's needed. Like a lot of times last season was very end-to-end games. We usually had to score 2 or 3 goals to win a game. Like remember last season against Arsenal when we conceded the first goal, then we had to start coming out a little bit more. We obviously got back into the game, but I think with Slot, what he's doing well is he's finding that balance right now. Like Joel, I think you said it as well. Only 3 goals conceded so far in the league. The most clean sheets. We kept 10 clean sheets all of last season, and so far we have 5 in the league. So, like, lads, that is huge, and that is the big difference so far. And the reason we're top, the reason we are top right now, is because of our defense. I talk a little bit about it with Simon that that Trent defensively is one of the reasons why we're so good. He's not maybe involved in the attacks as much, and that's why we're not conceding as many goals. Like, we're winning games 1-0. How many games did we win 1-0 last season? I think what Slot is doing is finding the balance, and I think that's really important. And then obviously the small adaptations around Gravenberch, and I think the big one as well, which a lot of people don't really talk about because he's doing well defensively, is Trent. Like, I know Martinelli and Trent have obviously had a good few battles over the last few years, and Martinelli usually has got the advantage over him in some of the big games. But I think what Trent is doing really well this year is he's defending really well, and he's maybe not as involved going forward, but that's one of the reasons we've been so solid defensively. He did really well last week against Chelsea, and then the same against some of the big games. Like, he did really well against United. So I think just keep doing what he's doing, keep the balance, and yeah, well, obviously we'll see where we land come the end of the season.
I think Trent's playing for the Real Madrid move, if I'm honest.
Honestly, this guy, he's trying to get me to nibble again. But I didn't do it.
And he's just one game away from a disaster defensively, so don't you worry about that. Hopefully it's Sunday.
It sounds like more hope, Joel, than anything else comes with it. He's hoping that Trent's gonna slip up on Sunday, but I'm telling you now, Trent's on it defensively. He's defensive minded right back this season, and he's done really well. So he deserves the credit because everyone slates him when he makes a mistake defensively, and yeah, he's been really good so far this season defensively, and I'm hoping that continues against Arsenal this Sunday.
Well, thank you very much for Jamie for joining us, and enjoy the game on Sunday. I want to wish you good luck, but I can't wish you too much luck. I think you understand.
No, that's all good. May the best team win. Cheers, guys.
May the best team win. I really, really like that.
So there we have it, folks. The first kind of, probably the biggest moment of the football story to date, going on TalkSport to talk with some of the biggest content creators. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's followed the channel, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you are, Twitter. I do the watch alongs on Twitter as well. And I wouldn't have got to this point without all of you. So the community that we're building, I'm so happy, and I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see more of these types of interviews in the near future. So I'll leave yous. We'll be doing a watch along on Sunday, and I'll see yous all then. But for now, enjoy your weekend, and talk to you then. Bye.
Now let's get the